For a while, I was obsessed with being productive. I wanted to be the hardest working person in the room, with nobody except Gary Vee being close. Whenever I would sit down after trailing 15 hours of work and look back on all the things I had achieved, it wasn't actually that much. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking some time to watch this video on the channel dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself. If you'd like to join the Monday Mindset Club, the only email at the beginning of the week you're actually grateful to get and excited for, then you can sign up down below. We have some incredible people on that list already. I've had amazing conversations with some of you and I'm really getting more confident with the emails that I'm writing, so all links are down below. I'd love for you to be a part of that community. We all know to achieve better, we need to be more productive in a sense. YouTube videos, blogs, tweets, all that sort of stuff talk about how important it is to be more productive. Things like removing distractions, which is an incredible thing by the way, getting better habits and so much more. But there's one thing that I want to focus on that not many talk about, and that's your to-do lists. Over the last few decades, to-do lists have become more of a norm. Everyone does them to either play the check-off game, feel like they're fitting in, or feels like they're being productive by checking off things that they're excited about. Some of you who even do that believe that you could be great multitaskers at the things you're doing for your business. Sorry to kind of burst your bubble in that sense, but multitasking in your business doesn't really work and it actually makes you less productive. When it comes to things like our to-do lists, we like to multitask and get different things done at a time. Study after study has actually shown that multitasking just wastes more time. You spend more time trying to get these things done because you're constantly switching. And for those who believe they are great multitaskers, probably spending way more time than they need to on the things that actually are important for what they want to get done. I will admit I was this person and done it for so long, and it frustrated me because things took so much longer than I actually thought they would, and I could never fully concentrate on something for a longer period of time. This was because I built up the habit of following my to-do list and trying to check off as many as I possibly could in such a short space of time. It just didn't work. The check-off game is the one I was a master at. Tidy the room, dust the shelves, clear some space in my hard drive. I was unstoppable at wasting time and not getting things done that would actually move me forward. I was scared, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And deep down, you know that you're not doing the things that are most important in your life and the most important to do on your to-do list because you're terrified of what's to come. You're terrified of success, failure, judgment, and more. You do things that are actually going to move you forward. You're out of control of the outcome. With things like tidying your room, you're in complete control of that because you know exactly how it's going to go and how it's going to work. But when you're trying to move your business forward, it doesn't work like that. To-do lists make you feel great and they give you a sort of creative space and also safe space for your comfort zone with things that you can accomplish for the day. But does it actually ever get you anywhere? I knew that if I truly wanted to move forward, then I would have to face my list head on and choose the hardest but most truly productive tasks first. That way, even if I'm not to get anything else done, I've completed the 1% rule. 1% rule is what I've now placed on myself to grow every day. 1% better every day, and that's all it takes. It doesn't matter if I don't do much. If I'm able to do one thing that takes a step in the right direction, I've made this a successful day. Whenever I used to make my to-do lists, I would complete them in a sense of energy it would take to complete them. All the easy tasks would be done first, and that means I would have more time at the end of the day to concentrate on the tasks for my business. It actually helped me move to the place that I wanted to go. In reality, by the time I even got to doing one of those, I was tired because I'd completed so many other smaller tasks that took up a lot of my time and mental energy, led me to doing nothing most days. This also led me to burnout because I felt like I was doing a lot of work, but nothing was actually getting done. This is what led me to finding out more about priority lists. Priority lists are simple yet effective. They allowed me to be more uncomfortable in my business, which is something we all need to get better at, as well as actually make positive changes to my life. I didn't have to change my whole system. I just had to change the way I looked at my to-do lists. That one switch is really simple. All you do with your to-do list is prioritize what you need to get done. Because what you're doing is you're planting seeds for your future self for them to grow day in and day out. What we often do is we have the easiest tasks and we check them off first. Things that could probably be done later on in the day when we're not really feeling up for it. If we choose to just prioritize the things that are aligned with who we want to be, where our business wants to go and more, we can get things done way earlier on in the day with more energy and have more time for ourselves. A win-win-win. On the screen right now, you're going to see two lists, a to-do list and a priority list. Now, both are the same and probably oversimplified with what they actually could be in your day-to-day, but they both hold an extremely successful day and a complete failure. It's not to say that getting the small tasks done is a bad thing, because sometimes we need to do those minuscule tasks that take a little bit of energy and don't really need to be done there and then. If we do this day in and day out, it becomes a habit, and it becomes something where I completely lost myself in the to-do list and the check-off game, and I never actually prioritized the things that needed to be done. As I said before, even if your whole day after that is not really much of a success, you've moved one step forward. Your house isn't going to crumble to the ground if you don't hoover your room at this time. You can leave them for later on. There's things you can do to push them back a little bit further, but there's still things you're going to do no matter what. If you just give yourself the energy of full concentration in the times that you know you want to be productive, you're going to move forward 10 times more than you would if you were just to follow your to-do lists that you're following right now. I love to-do lists, and I loved reading about them when I first heard what they could do for you. And I lost myself in the game. I lost myself in trying to write so many tasks down and never actually getting to where I want to go. And then I questioned myself as to why I wasn't getting there when the answer was right in front of my face. I never prioritized. We like to feel productive, and often we have this sort of cloud of judgment what productivity actually means to us, how we can actually be productive, and what it means to be productive and not just busy. I knew deep down that what I was doing wasn't right. Into a comfort zone of your to-do list, that you check off certain things each day to make you feel a little bit better about yourself and a little bit better that you're not actually doing the things that matter. I believe it was Tim Ferriss that said the more uncomfortable conversations you have, the better it's going to be for your life. And it speaks true to everything you do. The more uncomfortable you can make yourself in your business, the more you're going to understand about how to actually move forward and what's right for you in alignment. It really is the smallest changes that make the lasting results. A small change to your system and the way that you do to-do lists, to change them to priority lists, could be the one thing that can make your life 10 times better than it already is right now. It's just a question on whether or not you're willing to push your comfort zone a little bit more and get to the person that you always knew that you could be, and not let anyone stay in the way of that. I'm still learning to this day. Maybe in a year's time, I'll make a video on why priority lists suck. You shouldn't use them at all. But I know for me right now, I've been able to get more done in less time and spend more time for me than I've ever been before. And I'm still being able to remain consistent and push my business forward in places I never thought I would. I don't work as long, but feel myself becoming more successful. Is that not what it's meant to be? To create a life of more freedom? For me, that's a straight yes. For you, that might be different. But I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this. So be sure to let me know down in the comments some of the things that you've been trying and some of the things that have worked or not worked for you in regards to this. I want to take a second to thank all of the patrons who continue to support me in doing this and creating these videos. And I know the video on the screen right now will be something you'll enjoy to watch. Have a fantastic day.